G'day there, it's Dave here again with another quick video in my home series, Tarka home series. I'd like to talk to you a bit further about coordination and tension. In passing games, when you're trying to push through with your squires and pawns to the end zone, there's a lot of tension, a slow tension that is constantly being experienced, and you only break it when you can gain further territory, or your pressure can sort of force concessions and sacrifices from them. And so the reason why a lot of players just end up being awkward is because they're not coordinating their pieces. And so coordination is just so powerful. It makes everything easy and fun, and all the pieces seem to be working naturally together. So we want to actually understand the board, and we want to understand how to coordinate. All right. The number one diagonals are the corner to corner diagonals, and they go right through the through the four center squares. Okay, dark square, long diagonal, light square, long diagonal, 16 squares to be precise. That obviously is the optimal place that gives you the most activity for your bishop and archer, and in the center, obviously, that gives them the most activity. And so they can radiate to all four corners of the board. And once again, you've got this principle of coordination. And with rooks and gargoyles, they are striving for critical lines. Okay, now they want to get to the Mariana, the two lines that run through the center of the board. Okay, the 8-9 line is the Mariana Trench, and they want to actually, in this case for white, they want to get to the Rubicon, the halfway lines, all so they can penetrate into the end zone. Or if they could, they'd like to cut all of those different staging grounds out and just go straight to the end zone. And so what we want to do is we want to just let everything flow together, coordinate together. So, and then that we can lift the bar on that coordination. We can combine rooks and gargoyles with bishops and archers, so that they're working together to attack a critical square, so that they can bust in. And so now we're coordinating lines, the files here and the diagonals. So understanding the board and just allows you to jive and play jazz with the pieces, and everything's effortless, and it's all about maximum efficiency and deception. Deception is the art of war, teaches Sun Tzu. Well, that's true. Deception is the art of war, and so that means you want to make them look one way when you're going another. So it's the rule of magic. Make them look at this hand. What is this hand doing? When in fact you're doing something else. I was playing a wonderful elderly gentleman in the park in Lithuania. It was absolutely cold day. Winter was coming, and he was flooding the zone with his pieces over here. I was castle queen side, and so I advanced my knight forwards, discovering the attack of my bishop back down on his rook that had come down into my end zone. So when I put the knight down, I hit it nice and hard, made him look at the knight, and I was very confident with it. And he got very focused on that and didn't see the attack on his rook. Then I actually moved my my princess, pointed all the way down at his end zone near his king, because he had no zone defense, he had no pieces around his king. He had abandoned all that for his flooding of the zone, his attack on my king, and he eventually did the freeing move so that my princess could come in and check. The king had to move because of her knight power and her queen power, and then she was able to checkmate him in the corner, force him into the corner, coerce him into the corner, and checkmate him. So that's it. That's a perfect example of being deceptive, and it's also about keeping the checkmate always in mind, but also being efficient. Being efficient with your pieces. Have clear squares that they're intending on going to next. And obviously keep your eye on the end zone, on their back rank. A weak back rank is fatal. Also, if you leave your king undefended, you never know when one piece could checkmate you, particularly the princess, the most powerful piece on the board. So that's it for this wonderful discussion. Make everything easier for yourself by coordinating the pieces with the space, like asteroids floating in space with the material with the space. And a piece that is not connected to any other piece is loose, is unprotected. Right now, there's only one piece that I've created that is unprotected right now. I subtly moved the archer to the light square here, and you can see every piece is connected to every other piece, and we can see the connections everywhere. Every piece is not loose in space except this piece here, and we know it's vulnerable to jumping attacks. We know it's vulnerable to line attacks, horizontal and vertical attacks down the file. So this piece can be subject to attacks and destroyed. And tactics ultimately are a way of are a reward for coordination, particularly centralization, or having power in a zone, like in king side, queen side, or the center. And when people are awkward, it's because they don't know how pieces work together. They don't know how to get the pieces working onto key squares. Look at how pieces combine together. Look at how it's working. Don't forget about the art of distraction. And so it's not always about coercion and brute force. And tactics abound. I actually was playing a wonderful young guy, young chess player, and like a brilliant guy named Simonus in Lithuania. And I went to the end zone. I rushed the end zone with I think it was a rook or a guard. I believe it was a rook. And he forked. He said, "You're going to love this move." And he played back with the knight to the one square that forked two of my attackers, and double attacking them with the knight. And it was just beautiful. I missed that one square. So that's all it takes, where your piece is misaligned by that one square and you get finished. And there you go. There you have it. Well, there can't be two bishops on the same colour, so maybe perhaps this would have been a better example. So anyway, that's it. Take care, and happy hunting. I'd love your feedback. Give me some feedback. And to learn how to play and learn all the rules, go to learntarka.com and get the free course and get started. Yeah, thanks a lot, guys. Cheers, bye.